Hey everybody, welcome back to For Horror's Sake, and we are officially back from Mad Monster last night, so I'm going to run through this and get the video out today as soon as I can. Of course, I got this awesome t-shirt. Not there. I had it actually delivered like a day before. I was very nervous it wouldn't get here. As you know, I'm extra when it comes to photo ops, and I have one with Doug Bradley. Wanted a Hellraiser shirt, couldn't find one I liked or the size appropriate, so I went to TeePublic and got this guy right here. When he saw it, he's like, "I like your shirt." He's like, "I got this poster hanging on my wall." I'm like, "That's awesome." But what we're going to start with is our Mad Monster RIP swag bag they give us. Now, thank you very much, Mad Monster, because they only still do 2X on the website whenever you order your ticket. But she's like, "I got some 3X laying here," and I heard her say that to another woman I ran. John busted my balls, was like, yelling about a 3X. I was like, "I wasn't yelling." I was like, "Oh, you got 3Xs, I'll take one and I'll give you my 2X," because I love wearing the t-shirts. But when they're 2X, they're a little too snug for me. So first thing we got in our was a little DVD here from Kane Hodder, which is cool. We got some advertisements, TV horror art. Let's see. Got a sticker, drink koozie, more Scares That Care charity there. Another business card. Got us a rubber bracelet from jewelry, sticker. Got one of those like weird rubber stretch hands you could slap with, but it's a spider web. Drop something. We have a I Fight for Real Monsters, and I do believe, yeah, that Scares That Care rubber bracelet. And then I think that's it. Wait a second, there's a few more things. We got bubbles, another sticker, a bouncy ball, and then a really cool Mad Monster rubber keychain that I think is really nice. And of course the bag that everything came in that I showed you guys. And then the t-shirt. So I'm about to get to the t-shirt. Now we found out this t-shirt glows because it was 102 while we were down in North Carolina this weekend. Thank God we stayed in the hotel and didn't have to leave. But the back here is RIP, and then the front we got Mad Monster. We thought this one was really fun, and like I said, the glow is intense. It has a very great glow to it. So, oh, and one last thing, they had us choose between a poster that we wanted, because most of the time they give us a poster. They had one from the Warriors, because that guy, the bottle snapping guy, was there. Didn't choose that one. I went with this one because I had no idea what I was going to get Dr. Peter Weller to sign. So they gave us one of these. Now this one's Chesley's. She didn't want it, so it's in here and it's blank. My other one, that is mine, I got signed. So I think next we will do things I purchased other than autographs. I don't know how I usually do this. Sometimes I do it different ways, do autographs, do this, but here we go. I didn't do that much. I didn't get that many autographs or buy that much stuff because I didn't take that much cash with me. So, but there was a lot of people selling old classic VHSs and stuff there, which I thought was very cool. So we bought some VHSs. Let's run through them. First up, I know Josh might like this. We got a Thinner on VHS. John found this, and I had to make sure they had an extra copy. Chesley actually found me an extra copy. This is the Frighteners on VHS with that awesome, like, weird, like, reflective cover. And of course I had to get this when I saw it. These were like $3, except for Frighteners. Frighteners was $15, but she got it from a different vendor than John did. John only paid $5. And I was like, man, they rolled you, Chesley. They saw you coming. But hey, she bought it for me, and I appreciate it. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I had to get that on VHS. And then I found these, and we've seen them. They are not great movies. They are hard to find VHSs, I do believe. I think they go from, each one goes for about $30. I think I paid $25 for both. I have a original poster from a rental, a video rental store that was hung in the window, and it's sitting in my closet right now because I was supposed to meet him before COVID, but he had a stroke because he was supposed to come to Kazakh. It is Robert Schaefer, Psycho Cop. So this is one of the original Psycho Cop VHSs here. And then I also got Psycho Cop 2. Whoa! I also got Psycho Cop 2. But we have Stephen King's Creepshow, and it's just basically the comic from the movie. It's a comic of the movie. So it's just a step-by-step from the movie, and I thought it was really cool grab. And Chesley got some real neat horror graphic novels because she found a issue of Little Shop of Horror, loved it, so she's like, I want to grab some more. So we were there, and I saw this. He had some newer Creepshow trades, but he sold out before I could come back around. So, and one very, very cool thing Chesley bought me. I was like, I ain't got that much money. I was like, I'd love to have this, but it's one of those we'll have to find it later type things. But it is still in the box. Trick or Treat Studios 1/6 scale Sam. I am still on the fence if I'm going to open this and take it out of the box, because he does have like a little stand that comes with him and like a little sidewalk and all this other stuff. So I don't know. If I open it, there will be a separate video of me opening it and what it looks like. But I love this thing. We looked at it outside the box. They were wanting $200 for it. She did not pay that for this. She got it for a really good deal, and we got it on the last day. So they were marking down prices of what was already a good deal. So, but there's Trick or Treat. And then the inside, we got our little Sam. And it's just awesome. She's amazing. What can I say? I got lucky. And now we'll do autographs, and we'll be able to be done with this video. I did take this, and I was going to get it signed, but I just didn't have the cash when I got there and stuff like that, because I had to make sure we had money for food and gas on the way back. But Disco sucks, because Bill Moseley was there, Richard Brake, Jeff Daniel Phillips, all from 3 from Hell, and I was going to get them to sign this, but didn't. Not so lucky. I also took this to get signed, but to me personally, some people don't care or mind that it costs this much. To me, they were overcharging. Now the main girl, I could see her charging the $40, not too bad. But the boy that played her brother, and then the little boy that was in the little cereal commercial, they were charging $30 each and stuff like that, and then like more for a picture with them. I can't do that. So I did not get this signed. I did buy it, so I have it. I didn't get it signed. I did get this thing I have on the flip side signed though. So to Chuck, Dr. Peter Weller, Robo, and then he puts his date on everything. So that's very cool. He was a cool guy. A lot of people said that he was a dick, and that, you know, he was just a dick to them. He was not a dick to me and John. He was very like serious about the phone thing. Like it had his prices, and then right underneath in pen it said, do not take any kind of candid photos or pictures of him while he's autographing and stuff like that. If you want a picture with him, you pay for it, and if you want, he doesn't want pictures unless you paid for it at his table, basically, in any way. And we'll go from him, but people called a dick, which we didn't experience, to probably the sweetest woman that I've ever met. And I've met her multiple times at conventions. I mean, she's always so nice, very sweet, and just, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. But if you can already see what this is, you could have a guess. It is To Chuck Totally ×11 PJ Souls. She played Linda, of course. I do have the base for it. The base is extremely heavy. We took it apart because of how heavy the bottom part is, and to be toting this thing around, but yeah, that's basically what we got here. Thanks for Josh for reaching out to one of his friends. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. I apologize. But Josh helped me find the model and stuff as closely as I could to this, and he's the one that suggested, hey, she should do Totally Times 11. And the thing is, as far as I know, and the way she acted, because she asked me about it, she's never done Totally Times 11. Because she's like, what's times 11? I was like, well, the person beside everyone said, well, that's how many times you say it in the movie. And I think it's just a great piece that's added. Next up, we will move to another big one. Now, thank you very much to Silver Moon Customs. I did the video on the pop I got from them, and I said I was going to get it signed, and here it is. Now, with the SAG stuff going on, there is certain actors that will not sign quotes. They don't sign anything. They just go on because there's issues with the movie stuff and everything like that. But she luckily had a list she wrote out of like things that she didn't say, or like an alteration of the quote from the movie. And this one says, "To Chuck, 910, never sleep again, Nancy," and then Heather Langenkamp on there, and it's amazing. I showed her that it lit up, and she was very excited, and she was like, well, we gotta take a picture with it lit up and stuff. So very cool. One thing that sucks, I don't think they make a protector that size. And I made the decision that I was going to get this signed, because I was like, you know what, everybody. The only person I didn't get signed that was there, that is from a Friday, was Amanda Weiss, I think is her last name. Like I said, just money. Everybody was a little bit more than what I was averaging, and I'll get to somebody like that here soon enough. Like I said, I was figuring certain numbers, and when I got there I saw the actual numbers, and they were not what I was figuring, so things had to be adjusted. But of course we have Robert Englund on here, we got Michael Bailey Smith, we have Whit Hertford, and I'll be adding the nurse that plays his mom, I'm blanking on her name, in October. But right there, I don't like, it did not turn out as sharp as the others did. But we have right there Heather Langenkamp Nancy for the jersey. I just need to get a jersey frame to make sure this goes up and nice and safe in. Let's run through some pops real quick. We have, of course, met Rose McGowan. She was sweet, very nice and polite to the people she met. I don't know how she acts any other time. I'm just saying this is my experience with her. She was nice. Got To Chuck, Rose McGowan, Tatum. She was charging $20 per quote. That's why some of these don't have quotes, is because you usually don't see it that much at conventions that they charge for quotes. Most time it's just something they give you because you're there and stuff like that. I have seen like people do consignments. They'll be like, okay, well, this is what you get. If you want a quote, it's an extra whatever. But some actors are actually doing it now. She was charging $20 a quote, so I said, the signature will be fine. I got a Jeff Daniel Phillips Herman Munster. He started with that gray To Chuck, Happy Nightmares, and then before he finished the To Chuck, I was like, hey, is there any way you can use that green that you have right there? He's like, yeah. So he put his signature and then Herman Munster there, which I think is cool. Josh liked it. He said he liked the two-tone colors, but it was because I was afraid he was going to do it all in silver. And this is the piece that Desiree fixed for me. This is a Cavity Colors advertisement. I tried to reach out to Cavity Colors. They did not answer me. I tried to contact them a few different ways and just no nothing. So I was like, the worst thing they can do is get mad at me for using it. So we got the image. She fit it perfect to an 11x14, and then she had to edit a few parts out because it was advertisement. So there's some things that had to be taken out. But it's Ladies of the Living Dead when they did their T-shirt line that's out now. But I got Linnea Quigley, which I have a few Linnea Quigleys, and I have a Melinda Clark here. Now the Linnea Quigley, I figured what her price was. It was $40. But Melinda Clark was charging $50 for autograph, and then it would have been $80 if I wanted to get a picture with her. That's why in any post or anything, you don't see me in a picture with her, just pictures of her signing my piece because of that. But she's like, do you want a quote? Anything like that? I was like, I'm happy with the pain keeps the hunger away and stuff, and it looks good. She did it in yellow. I was hoping for like a slime green. I forgot my markers in the room. she had a yellow, so it looked good. And then luckily, Lene had a green that I think looks great, and I think they go well together. We got Richard Brake here. Now, I have a Doomhead Richard Brake and stuff like that already autographed, and I liked him in this. And I was like, man, I want something that he usually doesn't see. So, again, I found an image. Desiree helped me out, fitting it to an 8x10 for me, and I showed it to him. He's like, he really liked it because he said, well, he's like, I don't have this on my table. I usually don't see something from this. And it's him from Trimmer 7. We got 2 Chuck, Bring It On, Beal. And we got Richard Brake's auto there. Very nice guy. Him, Bill Mosley, and Jeff Daniel Phillips all were just in a little line together, and they just work off each other. They feed off each other, their energy, and they're just fun. They're really fun people. And just how they do stuff. They're like, hey, we'll take a few pictures, and they were just doing different poses. Like I said, very fun people. I was very glad to get a chance to meet them. And then I've been carrying this around for like 2 years because he kept canceling, but we actually nailed him down within... I had to find this. It took me 2 hours to find this because I did not know where I put it. But it was 2 days until the convention. They announced, oh, hey, we did get a final phone call, and Robert Patrick is going to be here. I was like, man. So I had to hunt this down because I got it for him to sign it, and I had no idea where it was. But it's him from the faculty here. And I've met Doug Bradley before. Super nice guy. And I appreciate Doug Bradley. I really do appreciate him. No matter how long he's been doing it for a while. His prices don't change. First time I met him 4 years ago, $40, free photo. You know what it is now? $40, free photo. Great man. He was working the table by himself. I think his wife might have been there every once in a while, but every time I went by, it was him. He had a line to the door the whole time. And like I said, just super nice guy. And I actually got this with a purchase. It was something free because I purchased like these old blueprints of like a lament configuration. I thought it was very neat. And they're like, oh, you can pick something else out because you bought 3 of whatever. And I saw this. I'm like, this is cool. I'll take this. And luckily, it was just sitting around. And I was like, I don't know what to get him to sign. I was like, I want another Doug Bradley. And he's already done, a Pinhead Funko. What are we going to do? I thought about ordering the other Pinhead Funko. But I remember I had this. And I thought it would look really great. So... That's human Pinhead. He said this. He looked at it for a long time, and he's like, "I really like this." He's like, "I was like, yeah, it's something." And I told him how I got it, and then he stopped and he read this whole thing and everything. I'm sure people were mad because he was taking his time reading it, and I had already cut line because I was a RIP. So, he liked it, and he's put the Sweet Suffering on it. This is very cool. This is a very awesome piece. I'm very happy that I decided to take that. Alright, I got 2 more autos, and then I want to show you the photo ops if you guys are still with me. And give me a second because they're posters. And just a tip, if you're ever going to conventions and carrying posters, you can find these on Amazon. I think I got 2 for $20-some. They are adjustable hard case poster carriers. They come with a nice big strap. They are lifesavers. They'll keep your posters from bending or getting creased or anything like that when you're traveling back and forth or while walking if you drop it. So, met Kane Hodder. Again, he comes. I'll get an autograph from him for every time he comes. And I think he's only not come to maybe 2 Mad Monsters I've went to. And I talked to him about it when we were standing there. I told myself, since you come to so many, I didn't say you come to so many, but every time I meet you, I'm going to get a poster of Friday the 13th that you were in. He's like, oh, how many do you have left? I said, I have 1 more after this, because last time I met him, I got Funko signed. I said, I got 1 more after this, and it's part 9. He's like, yeah, that's my least favorite. I'm like, of course. I said, you weren't hardly in it. He's like, I know. He's like, who else? He's like, why would you get anybody else to play Jason? I was like, I agree with you, 100%. And we talked for a little bit. I really wanted to tell this story. I'm going to show you guys the autograph. I'll tell the story, but he's like, because I asked him if he can sign it in red. He said, yeah, because I think red would look good on this. He said, I usually sign right here. Is that okay? I said, it's perfect. So, we got Kane Hodder, Jason on a Part 10 poster. I just need to get a Part 9 signed. And we'll have Jason's from 6 through 10 signed. And if I meet Derek Mears, of course, I'll get 1 of the new ones signed. I've basically committed to Friday 13th posters. that's what we're getting signed from Friday 13th pieces. So the story he told me is I brought my cousin's husband, Jonathan's, he had a figure he wants signed. I was like, sure, man, I'll take it with me. I handed it to him. I said, hey, this is for a friend of mine, and he couldn't make it out. He's like, oh, well, how much you charging him? And I said, oh, it's just your autograph. Whatever your autograph costs, that's what I'm charging and bring it back. He's like, well, that's nice of you. And then the person that was handling him said, yes, people make business out of it. I'm like, oh, I know. I'm in the circuit. I understand that. He's like, people do commissions and they'll charge like $80 for an autograph or whatever because they need to make their end. And he was just talking, and he said, yeah, he's like, the worst people. And he said, he fucking hates them. He's like, I fucking hate these people. He said, they're the worst people to deal with. He said, I just don't like them. Are the people that meet him and confront him at, like, the airport. He's like, I'm just trying to get off my flight or get my bag, and I need to get to point A to point B. He's like, but these people will show up with, like, poster boards of, like, flattened Funkos to get signed, or, like, all these things in their hand trying to get me to sign them. He's like, it's miserable. He's like, I'm me. I understand, fans and stuff like that, and you guys pay to be in here and pay to get my autograph, but these people are trying to bug me to get, free autographs so they could try to flip and turn, because it's not an autograph for them. They don't have one thing they want to get signed and then move on. They have all these things. They're like, oh, we're trying to jam them in your face. He's like, I fucking hate them. He's like, I can't stand them. He said, and it's the worst. He said, I'm just trying to wait for my bag, and then I feel obligated or uncomfortable because they're standing there wanting me to do something. He's like, I can't go anywhere because I gotta wait for my bag. He said, and it's getting worse to where they're figuring out where he's getting dropped off at, like, hotels or departure places and stuff like that. Like, not even the airport. They're going closer to him to find him. And he's like, it's miserable. He's like, these people are scum. I was like, listen, 100% fucking agree. Anybody that does that is a piece of shit. So that was my King Hunter story. Very, very nice guy. He's always is. He's very talkative with his fans. Loves his fans. Good man. I got one more poster. And this last poster is the big one. Now, I toted this around. I've been toting it around to 3 different ones so far. And I'm hoping to keep going. But, of course, it is my big screen poster. Now, right here. Is that her? Yeah. Right there. Of course, I have Nev. I have Matthew, I've got Skeet, I've got Jamie on here, and now I have Rose McGowan. Now, I did not pay for this quote. It says, so you want to play Psycho Killer? And it says, Rose McGowan, I come up to her, I unroll this in front of her on the table, I tell her to pick wherever she wants to sign, and she's talking to me. I was like, oh, well, I'm working on getting this whole signed. I've been carrying it around to a few conventions. She's like, oh, that's neat. And she's just talking to me. She's like, you're almost done. She's like, you got a few more there. I was like, yeah. There's a few I probably won't get, like a Courtney Cox on here and stuff. So she accidentally, I guess, wasn't paying attention. I said she wasn't paying attention, and she accidentally just put a quote on there. Maybe she thought about one or something because But Chesley said that she thinks that Rose just put a quote on there so it wouldn't, like, it would balance the place out because everybody else has a quote on there. That's what she said. That's what she thought. I was like, I said maybe, but I think it's just she just wasn't paying attention when she was signing in. She did see everybody else on there. She's like, oh, he must have paid for a quote, but I did not pay for a quote, so I got a free quote. And then finally, let's get to the photo ops. I have 2 missing that I did participate in. That if you follow the social medias, I will post because I got to wait for the digital release because I did not own them. One John bought and one my buddy Scott bought that he allowed me to get in on. We have Heather Langenkamp here. We have, of course, Rose McGowan, Doug Bradley, and we have Dr. Peter Weller. And the ones that are missing is John bought a Robert Patrick, which I'm very thankful for because he was charging, a little bit for his photo too. And I was like, we got a photo up, we'll stick with that. It turned out good. I did wear a Dust Till Dawn t-shirt because I did not have anything from Terminator. And then the other one my friend Scott bought was the $120 pre-Uber Jason Kane Hodder in a costume. And that was, I've done maybe 2 costume photo ops. They are a little bit more pricey, so I'm glad he invited me in on it. And of course, when they go digital, I'll be able to have those. But that's everything. If you stuck around for this long, It's almost 30 minutes. I deeply appreciate it. It took a while for us to get through it. Just thank you. Appreciate Mad Monster. But if you liked everything and you stuck around, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment. Really hope to see you guys next time.